Alright. Imagine this. You're out in the alley, you have nowhere to go, it's dark, you have nowhere to be, and then out of nowhere, a guy reeks of alcohol. Comes out of nowhere, and he's ready to fight, he's angry, he might have just divorced his wife, I don't know, but you don't know what to do. Hi, I'm Adrian Sanchez. I have 2 to 3 years of boxing experience where I've gone to many promotional events, helped the youth in boxing, and then just, countless hours at the gym and what's not. And I'm here to teach you the most fundamental part in combat sports, the jab. So the jab is most commonly used to keep your distance from somebody when you're fighting them, to maybe disrupt their rhythm, and then it's overall just easy way just to set up combinations and just, guarantee your success in the sport. So alright, I'm going to be teaching you the fundamentals of the boxing jab, since there is a jab in every sport, in every combat sport, but everyone does it a little bit differently. But I will be teaching you how to do it the boxing way. So if you are predominantly right-handed, you're going to be wanting to face the right or your right. But if you're predominantly left-handed, you're going to be facing the left. I can't really teach you like this, so I'm just going to be teaching you the right way. And so easiest way to get into your stance in boxing is you just want your feet together, and you just want to separate your feet one time, do it again, and then one more time. And so once you get right here, you just want to bend your knees a little bit. Make sure with your leading foot, you want to be facing the north. And then with your back foot, just sit in the back, man. There ain't nothing really wrong with that. So, and then once you get here, you're just going to want to bring your arms up, make sure your elbows are tucked in. Leading hand, I would recommend with your leading hand, just to keep it a little bit more out, since it does make it a little bit more easier and a little bit more faster of a jab, since it's already about halfway out, and then it's also a lot more easier to deflect punches and counter punches, a lot more easier. So, once you're in your stance, important fact is make sure a lot of the jabbing power doesn't come from your shoulder. It actually comes from your bottom foot. So when you're hitting your jab, you just want to move your weight over to your most dominant foot. So you just want to step in, step out. Wait, no, step in, step out, step in. And you just want to transfer the weight over. And when you do that, make sure you're also on your tippy toes also. Just so then it can just be easy, light. But when you're doing your jab, a lot of people mistake it for maybe you're overreaching and you might lean out a little bit. And you do not want to do that, because if you do lean out, you're just calling for someone just to push you over and just basically fall and just lose points, which we do not want that to happen. So you just want to go in, go out. And then also, other tip, make sure that your elbows are also tucked in, because then if you're hitting your jab and they're flared out, that's just an easy punch to the stomach, which would be good for nobody. And so, just want to make sure that you're tucked in, tucked out, chin down, tucked in. And then from there, we can evolve that from maybe just one jab to maybe 2 jabs. So what I recommend for the 2 jab is when you go out for the first time, only bring it in back a little bit. So then when you go out the second time, you're already halfway there. So then it's just like, real quick, good way to disrupt the rhythm, good way to keep distance. And then once you maybe start learning your footwork a little bit, you can then, just start jabbing all over the place, man. And then just keeping your distance and just learning your footwork. Another important fact for the jab is make sure you're not pushing with the jab. So with the jab, you just want to make sure you're just like, cracking it like a whip. So you just want to be fast. You just want to be quick, because, a jab is not really going to knock anybody out or maybe like do all that much damage, but it is a good way to learn and just to set up combinations to actually get aim for the knockout. So, you can just open up people and, just make sure that you're not pushing with the jab. Because also with the jab, you just don't want to, it's more like, your defensive weapon. It is the most defensive weapon in boxing. And then also a lot of the time, when you're boxing, make sure you breathe, when you're, especially when you're jabbing, because then if you just hold it all in, you're just going to get a lot more tired, a lot more faster. So overall with the jab, practice it. Practice makes perfect. Just make sure you're breathing regularly in and out. And then with the jab, I think that should be it. My name is Adrian Sanchez. Thank you for listening to my speech, and have a good one.